Alright, hasn't been a while since I made a video, and just kind of wanted to update the wheat here. Not a whole lot of wheat being raised this year, I understand. I think we've got looking at the Farm Channel thing the other day, they were talking about had less wheat acres in the U.S. we've had since like 1919 or something, or 1912, whatever. Wow. But anyway, just looking at what we've got here, I've got 38 acres of wheat on the side of both sides of my driveway. Everything on this side here will have pretty much what I'm doing is I'm prepping the land to put a BMR forage sorghum Sudan cross behind this as a double crop for grazing purposes. And of course, you know, what I don't eat for grazing, naturally we'll harvest and wet wrap for feed. But the wheat's starting to come out looking pretty good. I don't know whether you guys can see it or not, but it's almost up to my knees there. Put the last dose of nitrogen on it, 60 units, a while ago, about 3 weeks ago, and burnt the devil out of it. It turned just as brown on top. Probably the top 2-3 inches was just crisp. And anyway, finally got some rain. Things are growing. Temperature's coming up. I'm in short sleeves. Breeze is blowing. It's a little bit cool when the breeze blows, but not too bad of a crop of wheat coming here. Well, you can see it now. There goes quail. Anyhow, just walking around on April 2nd, Sunday afternoon, after church, just kind of looking around and checking on the progress of things here. Another field of wheat here. There's a little hilly, grassy area that I cut hay on. It's so sideways out through there, I don't do much with it. I kind of cut hay on that little strip in between. But I'm still using a custom sprayer. Love the man. He's really good to me. But as you'll see, if you can see right there, see that little spot that's a little bit pale? If you look real close, there's some little white flowers in there. He missed that with the nitrogen, and of course the hominy weed killer. And here down south we call it hominy, but it's spelled harmony, like you're harmonizing. Anyway, you guys probably know all that. But this field here is not in too good a shape. I'm not thinking much of it. You'll notice we had some weed. You can see the old weeds in there dead, and that really pulled some spots down. Really did. You can see way down there, bordering the woods down there, is another field of wheat. That looks pretty good. So all in all, I don't guess we got too bad a deal. I don't have a lot of wheat. Anyway, I'm walking through another little hay field, which is put a little fertilizer on the other day, but I actually had more on the truck than I had land for at that time. I obviously had my settings a little bit light, so I came home, it was about dark, we ran over this field here. But this is going in corn, and the patch I'm walking over here was in alfalfa, and I dissed it ever so lightly about a month ago, trying to get under the root to kill that alfalfa, because it's going in corn, Roundup Ready corn, and you know, it's Roundup Ready alfalfa, so it wasn't going to kill that. So anyway, I think I got the most of it. I worked on it some last fall. Working on it again, got some weed pressure. It's getting about dry enough to disc again. Tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning I may go over it again just to try to smooth it up. Not too much on surface tillage anymore. 95% of everything I do is no-till in some form or fashion. I am seeing some spots where I'm going to have to start doing some work with a DMI tool or a ripper. I don't really want to do a lot of surface tillage, but here's that other field of wheat. Looks pretty good as a whole. He did a good job spraying this field. I didn't plant it all the way down to the woods to my right here this time. Down in there, it's really, really wet-natured, and we end up with some piece of equipment either mired up or stuck, and it doesn't grow good crops down there. So I'm probably going to put that in sorghum, and then we'll come back with wheat, and I'm probably going to put that in fescue grass just to make some kind of a sod and have it. It'll produce what hay it'll produce, and I'm not too fond of fescue hay. You get to use a better quality feed. You know, we wet wrap a bunch of wheat. That BMR sorghum. So you can see what's left of the rows there. I think there's 4 or 5 bales left in my tractor there ready to load. So whatever, a bunch of plastic around, I got to get all that up. But anyhow, and one of the road tractors hooked to the hopper bottom. We're getting ready to haul a bunch of corn for April contract, and the dump trailer's ready. I got a tarp roll back, roll the water off of that. I got that ready to go. Anyway, just on the progress of the wheat here, we've got a pretty big straw contract, so this will be thrashed. It will not be baled for feed. We'll thrash this wheat, and hopefully we can get a pretty good chunk of money for this. I have not contracted wheat this year. The price is coming back to us. We actually sell wheat a little different than most people do. Here is sold for feed. We've got a feed mill. I don't know. It's 70, 75 miles from us. Certainly not in our backyard, but it works. I've got to do what makes the money. Anyway, they buy the wheat, and they buy it as a corn substitute. So we actually sell it off the September corn market, which is crazy, but that's the way it works. You know, it's like I tell them, and I tell my grain broker, hey, you know, as long as I can, I've got to do what I've got to do, you know, to make the most money. So anyway, just a little update on the wheat. All of it looks good, but this field right here, and I probably should have sprayed it with Roundup, but I didn't. Anyway, talk to you later.